Turning 50 changes something in you. Not overnight, but quietly. You start asking better questions like, why am I putting up with this? Why am I wasting my time? Who am I actually really doing it for? After 50, I didn't add more to my life. I started quitting things. And honestly, my life got so less stressful. It's calmer and just so much better. In this video, I'm going to share with you these 10 things in the hope of saving you time, money, and a whole lot of stress. And as a bonus for sticking around, I want to give you one piece of advice that will hopefully give you more meaning, give you more purpose and clarity in your life, and a pathway to an amazing future. Now, don't start clicking and going to the end right now. Just stay with me and watch these lessons first. See you in a minute. Number one, I quit putting things off. Recently, it was about 4 or 5 months ago, I woke up one morning and literally decided to go and book what we call a CBT, compulsory basic training motorbike course. I wanted to ride a motorbike. I literally just had that idea of riding around in my 50s on a motorbike. I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I've been wanting to do it for probably about 20 or 30 years. And I put it off. One day I'll get to do that. Well, guess what? That day came. And again, I went out, didn't tell anyone, turned up at this motorcycle training school, did a 1-day compulsory basic training test, passed it, and went out and bought myself a motorbike. And I absolutely love it. And it's been one of the best things that I've ever purchased in my life. It's been brilliant. But I just decided I quit putting things off. I've also spent the last 2 years traveling more than I've ever traveled before with my wife and family. Again, I was putting all these trips off. Like one day I'll go to California. One day we'll go to certain cities in Europe. And I just kept putting it off. One day we'll do it. One day we'll do it. You know what? I just came to the realization that my time on this earth is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And if I don't start doing these things now, I never will. You know, I posted videos up about losing my dad, and my dad always talked about traveling around the world and going to Asia and down to South America and Central America and all these places. He never got there. He died. My mum died at 51. She never got to travel hardly anywhere outside of Europe. It's so sad. So I quit putting off traveling. I now travel as much as I can. I recently competed in a fitness competition called High Rocks. Maybe heard of it, maybe not heard of it. I don't know. But it's an endurance competition that takes place in many parts of the world. And it's a really big deal at the minute. It's a bit like CrossFit, but you basically have to run 8 1-kilometer runs. And in between those runs, you do various exercises like pushing and pulling sleds with weights, and you have to do like skiing and rowing and wall balls and farmer's carry and lunges with weights. Do you know what? It was just something I've always wanted to do, and I put off for years and years and years trying to, do anything like this or enter any competition. Do you know what? I just said enough's enough. I just quit putting stuff off. I'm doing it, and that's exactly what I did. And then the other thing that I put off since I would say probably 2016, I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel, and I posted a few videos about dieting and exercise. I've still got those videos, and honestly, it pains me to see what I was like in 2016. And nearly 10 years on, I still hadn't managed to set up a proper YouTube channel and get monetized. Well, guess what? What was it? 6 months ago, I decided enough's enough. That's it. I'm now in my early 50s. I'm doing a YouTube channel. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. And hopefully this video is going to inspire you to do something that you've been putting yourself off doing for years. Just get off your backside and go and do it. You won't regret it, trust me. Number two, I quit rushing around, whether it was traveling through the airport, whether it was driving on the motorway or freeway, going to from work, going out to see people, whatever it is. I was always in a rush for years and years and years. I am impatient. I don't like queuing. And, airports are absolute, oh man, they are really stressful for me, really stressful. I am that typical dad that marches forwards with the passports, pretty much got everyone's luggage because I don't trust anyone to carry their own luggage, even though, you know, they're all adults. And yeah, I'm really impatient. But I've learned, especially when I got to 50, you know what? I'm going to quit rushing around. I'm going to stop being so stressed about everything. We will get on the flight. It will be fine. I will get from my one destination to another destination in one piece. I used to race around, overtaking, be impatient. I'd be beeping the horn. I was a horrible, horrible, horrible driver. But you know what? Things have changed. And now I just quit rushing around. Number three, I quit saying yes. I was volunteering for everything. And you know what? Volunteering is amazing. And doing things for people is absolutely incredible. But after a while, it was driving me mad. I was always like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, no worries, I'll do it. Always trying to please people. But you know what? It was grinding me down. It was really stressful. And it was playing a big part in my life. And it wasn't fulfilling me. And yes, again, I will say this. Volunteering is an amazing thing, and I still volunteer and do things for free and all that sort of stuff. But I've quit saying yes to every single thing that people ask me to do. I'm really soft, and you know what? Sometimes it just doesn't work. So number four, this is a huge one. I stopped trying to fit in. And if you like me, you should stop too, because honestly, it is just not worth it. Trying to be everyone's friend all of the time. No, do you know what? It just doesn't work. I'll tell you a story that happened to me a few years ago. And at the time, it really did upset me and anger me. But now, a few years later, I look back and I just laugh about it. I find it quite comical and a bit sad on their part. But I moved into a new area and I loved playing tennis. It was one of my sports that I just loved playing. And I went down to the local tennis club, and there were a lot of people there that were slightly older than me. And it was a very relaxed, very sort of sociable tennis club. I didn't feel it was that competitive. It was just more like, a lot of people, again, probably about 10 or 15 years older than me, and they loved playing their doubles and stuff like that. Well, I was a singles player. I never really played doubles, but I joined the club, met everyone. They were a bit frosty at the beginning, but that's fine. No worries, because I was a bit younger. Started playing tennis. I was there probably about 2 months, and I noticed that I had to really calm down on the tennis court. I wasn't shouting or swearing or anything like that, but I was quite competitive and I wanted to win points, and I was racing to the net and, serving quite fast and all that sort of stuff. And just sort of like noticed that, a few people were giving me a few odd looks here and there, but, I didn't think anything of it. And I tried to sort of fit in with how everyone else wanted me to play, not how I wanted to play. And anyway, one night at Christmas time, a few years ago, we went to a local bar. I walked in, and the entire tennis club was out having a meal to celebrate Christmas. Everyone was there. It was about 35 members, 40 members around all these tables, and I was the only one that wasn't invited. And I happened to actually walk in at the exact moment that they were having a Christmas meal. And I couldn't help myself. I walked up and I just went up to one of the senior members of the club and I said, "Oh, wow, thanks for inviting me." And they all put their heads down and were eating the food, and nobody gave me eye contact at all because they'd been found out and they were so embarrassed. Now, I walked away from that, And at the time, I was really hurt, and I thought, oh, maybe I should have tried even harder to fit in. Maybe I should have changed my game. Maybe I should have been, a little bit less aggressive on the courts. Maybe I should have just, always volunteered to do doubles matches and all that sort of stuff that goes running through your head. I should have just fitted in. That's the way I should have, played it. Well, no, actually, that was who I was, and I wasn't doing anything untoward. They just didn't accept me as one of the members, and that's not my fault. That's their fault. That's their problem. It's not mine. So yeah, stop trying to fit in. Just be yourself. And people don't like it. Do you know what? Fine. Go and make some new friends. Go to a new audience. And this one's a big one. And I've spoke about this in previous videos before. Stop being friendly with toxic people, whether it's family members. Just pull back a little bit. I know obviously it's family members, it's going to be a bit difficult, but just maybe disengage a little bit more, but definitely friends. Stop involving yourself with toxic people. They will just drag you down. And that's one thing that I learned when I got to 50. I just said, enough's enough. I'm not involving myself with toxic people. I'm just not doing it anymore. They're not worth it, and they will drag you down. They'll bring the energy down. You could be at one of the best days that you're having, and then you involve yourself with these toxic people, and they'll just drag you back into their little world and their level of what they want in life and how they accept life and things like that. And you know what? Since quitting certain friendship groups and quitting certain people in my life, I've disengaged from them, and oh man, I can't tell you how amazing it is. Really is, honestly. And these toxic people, you think, oh, this is going to be awful because I won't have them in my life anymore. Do you know what? They move on. They literally within weeks just move on to somebody else who will listen to all their BS. So that's the next lesson. Quit toxic people. And if it's a family member, just pull back a little bit. You're never going to not see them and speak to them, but just maybe just disengage a little bit more than what you have been doing. Trust me, you'll feel so much better for it. Number 6, this one was such a bad habit of mine, especially in the morning. I used to wake up first thing in the morning, grab my phone, and I would start reading the news. Negative all the time. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for keeping in touch with world affairs and what's happening in the world and stuff like that. Absolutely. But you know what? A lot of these news stations, they want drama. They want eyeballs on the screen. They want you to engage in what they're trying to portray. And a lot of the time, it's just negativity for the sake of negativity. Trust me, my life has been so much better since I quit reading all this negative news. Again, especially in the morning, I was just scrolling and scrolling, and it was like, one thing after another, and there was never anything that I read that was like, hey, read this is amazing, and this is going to make you feel good, and all this. It was always just doom and gloom all the time, and that would just be the worst thing ever, because then you get up, you go to work or whatever, or if you're working from home, or if you've got the kids and stuff like that, and you're already in a bad mood first thing in the morning. I mean, life's precious as it is, and every day is a blessing that we're on this planet. Every day we should appreciate being on this planet. So why would you start the day in, at -10 in your behavior? It just doesn't make sense. So number 7, stop reading negative news. Stop watching negative news on TV or on social media. Quit. Trust me, you'll be better off for it. Now, I did this video a few weeks ago, and yeah, I mean, I think it's on like 94,000 views. I think I'll post it at the end if you want to watch it. But it's called No More Crap. And basically, the next thing I want to say is I quit buying crap. No more. I had enough. I'm sick and tired of getting upgrades on the phones that didn't actually make a button of difference to my life. I mean, what? More pixels on a camera or something, or better focus on a camera, or a better lens or whatever. I mean, it really didn't make any difference at all to my life getting a new upgrade on the iPhone, or or any phone really, every 6 months or every year. I quit buying stuff that I just didn't need. Like I said, I was buying things that weren't fulfilling me in life. And it's just made such a massive difference to my life. I mean, another thing that I used to do is I used to go out and buy clothes just for the sake of buying clothes, trying to keep up with fashion. And you know what? Sometimes my weight fluctuates, and sometimes I was trying stuff on in the dressing room in a shop and it didn't quite fit me, but I just loved the look of it. I loved the color, I loved the cut, the style and everything. So I bought it anyway, came home and went, oh, it's okay, it doesn't quite fit me, but in a few months' time, when I lose a bit of weight, it will fit me. Well, I don't do that anymore. What a waste of money. It's ridiculous. Or ill-fitted shoes, like they're a bit tight, but they really were fashionable, and it was the only size they had in the shop. So I bought them anyway, and it was like I put up with them. No, I don't do that anymore, especially when I turned 50. I just don't buy any of that stuff anymore. And do you know what? Trust me, I don't miss it. And it's been absolutely brilliant for me not to buy any of that crap anymore. Number 8, I quit trying to impress others. I know it sounds sad and pathetic, but I was like that. I used to try and impress other people. I thought, wow, you know what? If I had this fancy car, or, if I had these really cool, trendy designer clothes, or if I went on these luxury holidays, it'd be absolutely brilliant. And I can post it on Instagram and people will be able to see how amazing my life is. And wow, how successful I am. What a load of rubbish. Absolute crap. I quit. Literally a few years ago, I just said, enough's enough. I'm not doing it anymore. And yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. I stopped trying to impress others. Why would I? Why would I want to try and impress other people? That they're not living my life. It's my life. It belongs to me. It's my journey. So I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And that's the way you need to start thinking. Because when you're young, yes, you're impressionable, and you start looking at other people and you get jealous of other people. And wow, how they look really successful, and I want to be like them. And wow, look at their fancy cars that they drive, and oh, they're so rich. They can buy all these like really fancy handbags, and they can go on these luxury holidays and stuff like that. Listen, honestly, yeah, of course there's people out there with lots of money and people that enjoy that sort of thing. And don't get me wrong, listen, I've got daughters, I've got wives, they like luxury things. Okay, that's fine, And the odd occasion they'll get a nice handbag or a piece of jewelry or whatever it is. That's fine. But as you get older, you start getting a lot less materialistic, and you start caring less about trying to impress other people, because again, like I said to you, something just quietly starts happening inside, and you start thinking, does it really matter what car I drive? Does it really matter what job I do? Does it really matter what house I live in, whether it's on this street, or whether, I can afford to go on this holiday? Yes, we all like to have nice things, and we all like to have, nice holidays and stuff like that. But it's not the be all and end all. It's not life trying to impress other people sometimes, not all the time. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, waffling a bit, what I'm trying to say is I quit trying to impress other people. And I think if you do that, it will take such a weight off your shoulders if you do that anyway. If you don't do it, great. Ignore this. Let's move on. Number 9, I quit worrying about getting old. I'm going to get old. I am getting old. Some people might be watching this video going, well, Anton, you look pretty old to me. I am in my early 50s. Things are starting to slowly break down. I go to the dentist now, and there's like, oh, okay, your teeth are over 50, and this needs done, and you need a crown, and you need a root canal, and you need this, and my eyesight's deteriorating all the time. I go and get my eyes tested, and it's the same thing. My bones, my muscles, everything's starting to slow down a bit. That's the way it is. But I quit worrying about it, because as long as I can do the best I can do, if I can eat healthy, I can exercise regularly, I can keep my brain active, um, you know, do things that I want to do now. Like I said, I do these fitness competitions because, I want to keep myself in the best condition I can keep myself in. And, look, Christmas is just round the corner. And trust me, if there's anyone that can eat quality street and chocolate like me, I'd like to see you, because I can go through boxes and boxes of those chocolates whilst watching Christmas movies. So, come January, I'll be back in training again. And, hopefully I'll be doing another competition, but let's wait and see. But I quit worrying about getting old. It's going to happen. We're all going to get old. We're all going to die at some point. So let's just enjoy every moment we've got right now. And let's just have a little bit less stress in our life by worrying about getting old. And moving on to number 10, which is I stopped worrying about judging myself, overthinking what other people were thinking, or overthinking about what, about myself. I just quit worrying about that. And it's made such a massive difference. Like I said to you about the story about the tennis club, if people don't like me, that's fine. Honestly, it's fine. I'm a big boy. I can get over it. It's just the way it is. I'm not accepted in that group. That's fine. I'll go on to somebody that does accept me. And that's what you should be doing as well. Stop worrying about trying to fit in with what other people want you to be like. Be yourself, be true to yourself, and quit judging yourself. It only drags you down. And trust me, life will be so much better if you stop doing that. And I did say at the end, I'd give you a little bit of a bonus, and this one is absolute golden nugget advice. Number 11, if you want to call it, or a bonus advice. This one has been brilliant for me. Quit regretting what you did or what you didn't do in the past. Always live for today, and remember to always do one thing every single day that you'll be proud of. It could be the tiniest of little things. If you're not a reader, read 1 or 2 pages of a book. Cook a nice meal for somebody. Do a bit of ironing or helping around the house if you don't do that sort of thing, just to help somebody else out. Just do something that you'll be proud of. And at the end of the day, when you go to bed at night, you can sit back, lie down and go, do you know what? Today was a good day because I did this. And I'm really proud that I did this. Whatever it is, walking up a set of stairs, doing a few press ups, eating healthy for the day, not scrolling on your phone for 2, 3, 4 hours at a time. Do something that moves you forward, that makes you proud. And trust me, if you do that every day, these little baby steps, your life will just get infinitely better every time. And that's the one thing I want you to take away from this video more than anything else. If you just do one thing that you're proud of, a small thing every single day, your life will be incredible going forward. So I really hope that this information resonated with you. There's something there that you want to add to it in the comments. Please like, subscribe to the channel, and add some comments down at the bottom. I'd love to know what you have quit since you turned 50, or if you're in your 40s or 60s or 70s or whatever. Let me know what you've quit that's made your life so much better than what it is or what it was before. And I'll see you in another video. So thanks very much for watching, and take care. Bye.